Well, I think before I speak anything on it, I think people should know that I'm biased, right? I went to Israel for like 8 years straight. I was uh, literally in Israel this summer, and I got bombed. Not by.
What? What? Okay, let's like okay, wait,
Slow
one
down,
sec.
slow down.
Let's go into that because you don't just say I got bombed and then move
It
on.
wasn't. It wasn't.
I just casually got bombed. And then
Okay. I wasn't bombed. I wasn't bombed
Okay.
by the Hamas. I wasn't bombed by the Palestinians. I
You were
was
so
bombed
bombed. That's like
by
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 25 of the MT Show. If this is your first time here, I'll give you a warm welcome. For those of you who don't know, my name is Andy,
My name is Aryan.
my name's Ashok.
and my name is Jason. And today we are joined by, once again, we haven't had guests on for a while, but today we're joined by two very special guests. Please, would you guys introduce yourselves?
my name is Brandon. I go to SAS High School with these guys.
I'm Idan. I also go to Sassy High School with these guys.
All right.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were going to say a little more, but it's okay.
You got anything else you want to add in, or you good?
I'll leave it mysterious.
Yeah, no, we'll learn more about it.
Okay.
as
All
the
right.
podcast-
Yeah, we got.
Oh, yeah,
we got
that's very true.
okay.
Okay,
So
you know what? We're not going to go very
go ahead. Go ahead.
very personal yet. We're not gonna go very personal yet, but I mean, you go to high school, so I think you guys are both part of this. I think you're a part of Model UN for the school. So what's that like? And I think there's competition. So what are those like?
So I can go first. Model UN I've been doing for 5 years now, including middle school.
wow.
I personally love Model UN. It's honestly, the club meetings are pretty chill. A lot of times we either talk about whatever, like right now we're talking about the Ukraine crisis, obviously.
Yep.
We talk about whatever is going on, like in foreign policy and stuff like that, or we have like mini, like, kind of like committee sessions where everyone like acts as a country and you try to solve world issues. I personally love it. I think it's really cool.
Okay.
Well, I'm new to it. At the beginning this year, I kind of joined late this year too. So Brand's the experienced one.
Mm-hmm.
Has he been like showing you around and everything?
No, actually, he's been leaving me to dry. Kind
Oh,
of.
right.
No.
Just leaving the
When
team back.
you came in for that last conference you had, I was there to help you if you needed it, but you were just so good. I don't think you needed help.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, what a nice guy.
So a lot of clubs in
He's a
our,
natural. Idan is a natural.
a lot of clubs in our high school. There's like a lot of drama. Is there any like Model UN drama that you guys are having, or is everything kind of
Oh, that's a
chill?
very that's a biased question, but alright.
No, I've heard of.
It's a chill.
Model
It's chill.
UN
It's just
drama?
chill. I don't know.
It's pretty. Well, what type of drama would there be?
Well, yeah, I got some drama.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
I hate this kid in the club. He's like the most annoying thing ever. His name's Brandon Levy, and he's like,
Oh.
he never shows up. And it's so annoying. Like, but
Yeah.
besides that, no, everything's great. Mr. Clark, the teacher, my favorite teacher I've had.
Oh, I love Mr. Klopp. He's amazing. I love him so much.
He's a great man.
We do want to talk a little bit about some like of the foreign policy stuff that's been going on because you guys are definitely experts in it, right? So just like
We try.
we don't need anything controversial, but if you have any controversial opinions, you could feel free to go through it. Basic question, very broad though. Like, what's your general opinion on what's going on in Ukraine and stuff like that?
Don, you can go first for this one.
Right, gotta throw me under the bus here. It happened. It's happening.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
wait.
It's crazy. I don't think I should go.
So controversial. It did
World
happen.
War III. Whatever. I'm gonna let it go. But, you know, like they can bring a nuclear bomb to us in like, I don't know, 3 minutes. So it's pretty
They
cool.
could.
Yeah.
But then we also have like so many that we can bring to them.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm pretty
can,
sure Russia has a larger nuclear arsenal than the U.S. So
That's in the
fun.
world.
They have a large one. They do.
They
Well, I
thought
have
it
no
is.
clue
it's
how big ours
not by
is.
many, but it's just a tiny bit larger.
Well, like, it doesn't really matter if you have 10 more. It's still like
Yeah, yeah.
destroys
The
everything.
I think it's
fact
like
that
about
they
200
still
more,
have
but-
some and we have some is just terrifying.
No, but
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
every nuclear bomb is like a Hiroshima. Like, you know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
there's
Also,
Nah,
no,
it's
bigger than a
like-
Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Because, like, bombs have
How many?
advanced
Okay.
since then.
How many cities are there in the world? Because, like, think about it, right? Hold on, dude. It's like
Okay.
200 countries, right? More or less.
Hmm.
Something
Like
that.
300 more.
No, there's no way. It's 300.
No, it's like
way.
290,
I
right?
think
It's like-
there's,
It's like 293 or something.
It's like 195 countries in the world. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
wait,
it's
really?
193. No, 196.
Oh,
196.
maybe.
Okay, so,
Okay,
so, yeah,
yeah,
so
the
like,
wrong first
like
number.
200 countries more or less, right? But how many countries? I mean, no. How many cities are in one country? Like 20?
Well,
Nah,
think about
nah,
the
nah.
United States.
Dude,
Are
you
you
United
Cities
States.
are
Oh,
in the
my
United States.
Are you dumb?
Sorry, about the U.S. It was a prank, guys. It was a prank. It was a prank.
Okay.
So, like, you know what? Moving on, guys. Moving on.
I wish we had some way to find this out.
This
Not
probably.
like
You know what, guys?
I
This is
wonder.
what the internet is for.
Yeah.
Be right back on that one, guys.
Brandon, what's
Moving
your
on.
take in the meantime? What's your take?
My take. Okay, so I think it definitely happened. I could say with 100% certainty, it is happening. It is a thing that is happening in Ukraine.
Choosing your words very carefully.
Very
It's wild. It's something that, it's something that I think everyone has to take note of. I think it's pretty wild, and I think it's interesting to see how it unfolds.
Oh my god, Brandon. That was like the most Jen Psaki way of like just
Yeah.
That was very,
Like,
very
in the
diplomatic.
middle.
Very diplomatic.
Okay, well, guys, update. There are 10,000 cities across the world. Yep. Apparently. So I think there's more than 10,000 nuclear bombs. So technically, then we could just destroy every city. So anyway.
The whole thing
there you
with
go.
yeah,
That's right.
the whole thing with Ukraine, it is kind of like everyone is really looking forward to 2022 as like the year the pandemic ends and like
Oh,
we don't have to worry about this anymore. And now starting off in like February, I think it was it February when it started, the whole Ukraine, probably around February.
Maybe.
And now
it's been
Probably.
kind of like escalating for a while.
it's
has,
bubbling.
Yeah.
yeah, but then I guess in February that bubble just like popped, and now everyone's like,
Yeah.
there was that like 1 week period where like every kid in high school was like, oh no, I'm gonna be drafted into the war. And it's just like,
I don't think
I think still you hear it. Like on TikTok, you can just scroll through and people are like, there's like this TikTok sound that people use, and it's like, getting a letter and then you get drafted to the U.S. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of it.
It's very
That's what I-
common.
like Arian said the word popped. I think the word popped is a little too soft a word. It was bursted by Putin. You know what I mean?
alright.
It was accidental.
It was
No,
detonated.
Putin went and was like, God no, we're bursting this bubble, we're gonna destroy the bubble, and we're gonna destroy Ukraine and get what's ours. But I think popped is more like an excuse, like it just happened by accident. Which it just did.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
It
think the
feels
word-
very AP Lang like. That feels, yeah.
Yeah.
AP language.
That whole discussion, it's, yeah. It just brings me back to English class.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Well, we have
I'm,
another
That's
question.
not something that we
Another-
wanted to hear.
Wait, what?
We have another discussion point.
Oh,
Idan, I
yeah,
don't know about you. Wait, hold on. Idan, you're Jewish, I believe. Brandon, I'm not sure if you are.
I'm also
But
oh,
okay, you guys are both Jewish. Arian wrote this prompt, by the way. I did not.
I
write
was
this prompt.
I was asked
he-
by Idan to ask this question, I believe.
really?
So
Keep going,
we
Jason.
wanted to discuss about Jews and just the whole Palestine situation. This is Arian's idea, or maybe Idan's idea.
Idan, I'm pretty sure you brought this up. I'm pretty sure you brought
I
this
was
up.
like,
You're really trying to get us
jokingly,
canceled
don't bring up-
today.
I was jokingly. Maybe you should bring up the
See.
Palestine.
Idan, I don't take
we can
jokes. I
definitely
don't take
move on
jokes.
if you want.
If you
No,
don't
we can
want to
keep
go
moving
into
on.
it, but like, yeah, just talk about it, because like a lot of people don't even understand what's going on. So like,
I feel like I'm a little bit not informed, so I'd love to get
Yeah,
some more
same.
knowledge.
Well, I think before I speak anything on it, I think people should know that I'm biased, right? I went to Israel for like 8 years straight. I was literally in Israel this summer, and I got bombed. Not by.
What? Okay, let's like okay, wait,
Slow
one sec.
down. Slow down.
Let's go into that because you don't just say I got bombed and then move on.
It wasn't.
I just casually got bombed. You know, any other excuse.
Okay, but I wasn't bombed. I wasn't bombed by it, but Hamas. I wasn't bombed by the Palestinian side.
You were
was
so
bombed by-
bombed. That's like
Go into
we do something. I did the summer called I'm gonna say it's gonna sound very Hebrew here. Chetz v'keshet. CVK.
Oh, really?
I'm just gonna call it CVK from now on. And we were doing the trip, and it's like a month long. And we were at this hotel near the border with Jordan. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And we went at the hotel, and the next day you're supposed to be like at the border, near the border. There's like an ocean, and you're supposed to like raft down the ocean. And we were planning to do that the next day. Well, we were bombed the night of, so it was like 3:15 in the morning.
What?
Yeah, I woke up and I heard boom, 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 and I really just like I froze. I got up and I was just there.
Yeah.
It was like a dissonance. Like I didn't really understand that I was getting literally bombed. Half those bombs that I heard were from the Jordan side, and the other half were the Iron Dome, which like literally shoots rockets back at the rocket and explodes it in midair.
Wow.
Cause damage.
Yeah.
The Iron Dome has saved like a lot of people, and America helped like donate a lot of money for it, and without America we wouldn't really have the dome, so I'm thankful for that. But the dome really saved us. I mean, that's what I think. So I woke up. I was in the same room with like 4 other people, and one of the guys there is like a huge IDF guy. He's gonna go to the IDF. He knows his family went to the IDF. Everything. IDF is Israeli Defense Force for anyone.
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Making sure. Well, he went. He's gonna go, and he just like got up. I got up before him. I didn't really understand, and he got up and he was like, "Idan, let's go." And he didn't also understand fully either, because he like tried to put his socks on before he started running, and then the other person under me got up, and like everyone got up, and we were just like, we didn't really understand. And then someone else came, and she said in Hebrew like the scary, like she said, "Guys, this is not a drill. This is not fake." And we have to get up and we have to run to the bunker. I think we had like, I don't know if it was like a minute left. We had a minute. We ran down, and I was there. We were there for like, I don't even know. I think it was maybe 5 minutes, but it could have been 10. It could have been half an hour. I really would have no clue. And then it just ended. It just like ended, and we went back out of the bunker, and everyone called their parents, and the Israeli parents are like, "Oh, it's just Israel. It's whatever."
What?
They're just like,
Wow.
yeah.
Wait, so like, are some people like, are there some people like numb to it? They just like see it as a normal occurrence and they just like go back.
See, I think there's like a misunderstanding of how Israel works, right? Where everyone thinks like if you live on the border and live in Israel, you always get bombed every goddamn day, and it's not really true. My friend who lived, we were near the border, so it was more likely to get bombed there, and also we were near the Jordan side of the border, which is kind of technically safer. You could say it that way, but. Like, we don't constantly get bombed. And even there's someone who lives near the border, near the Hamas side, which is near, like, the Palestine area, and he said that was his second experience ever. But, some people go through it constantly, and some people don't. And it's not like to say that Israel's just a war-torn country. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of it, some of it is.
So,
But,
just for like the broader like context of it, like what are like the two sides in like Israel? Just for like anyone who doesn't know.
it's not two sides. It's not. It's like, in Britain there's like a parliamentary system where there's like there's like different political groups, and then they all have to group together, and they all elect a group together. They elect like a prime minister, right? Well, it's the same thing in Israel. And I'm probably not the best to talk about it because I'm not that politically involved in Israel. So yeah, so I forgot what I was gonna say. Dang. You know what I mean?
There's just like a bunch of different groups that all have an influence.
Yeah, and they all, I guess, want control. So
Yeah, there's like a conservative side, there's a liberal side, and there was this Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu, which was a very powerful man, and he got unelected, right? But he got kind of like got shoved out, and it was very hard. And he was like the prime minister for like 30 years already, like not 30, 20 years, and he was just like very powerful and corrupt, and they got him out. And the greatest story ever was we saw him. We got bombed.
Wait,
like,
what?
yeah, we got bombed, and then like 3 days later, we were somewhere else. We were in a holy city in Israel, and we just saw him at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I have a picture of him.
Interesting.
You just casually just saw him.
Yes, so we were bombed 4 days prior, and then saw the prime minister the next day, like the next 3 days later. And some of the Israelis, yeah, insane. You should have seen our faces.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's actually like I didn't know any of this story. Like any of this was a story. I
Yeah,
didn't,
that's
was that this summer?
Yeah, there's a little bit more though.
the things you learn on the DMT show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's a little bit more though. There's like the day like we were the day after that we were somewhere, and there was a plane that flew above us, and all of us like kind of like PTSD of it. We all heard the plane, and we all thought it was another bomb. So everyone, you could have seen them. We were sitting together, and everyone just went down and ran and covered. And it's like it was just a plane, and we all laughed about it afterwards. But people cried because it's a very hard thing to deal when you get bombed, especially since we live in America, which is very considerably safe than other countries in the world. It's I don't know, just special.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Makes sense.
All right. Brandon, I got a question for you. Is it gonna feel? Yeah, it feels weird just going from like a serious topic to
It's
like
quite a segue.
completely like. Okay, but all right, Brandon, I'm good. You are a baseball fan, right? We're gonna talk a little bit about baseball now. Gosh, this is tough.
We were here, whatever.
But Brandon, you are an MLB fan, right? Do you follow the MLB? So can you kind of explain what's been going on there? Because like, there's been like talks about like maybe MLB not starting up. This once again feels so weird.
Oh, I think I did see something about that.
Like,
Now that you mentioned
everyone was talking about like how the MLBs might start up late, or like the season might start up, not even start up. I don't actually understand any of it, but like, do you understand like what's going on?
I could give you probably I could give you a general overview. I don't understand all the little details of it, but basically there's like it's like the MLB is like a lot of other it's like other workforces where they have to function under agreement. It's called the collective bargaining agreement, which they make every I don't know, maybe like 5-10 years. I'd have to look it up. But essentially what happened was at the end of the 2021 season, this collective bargaining agreement they had, which determines things such as like arbitration or a lot of the economic side of baseball, basically how it runs behind the scenes. That agreement ran out of time. It kind of I forgot the words I was saying, but the collective bargaining expired. Thank you. It expired at the end of the 2021 season. So what they had to do was they had to work together with the MLBPA, the Players Association, and the MLB, like the owners and Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball. They had to agree on a new collective bargaining agreement, and the owner or commissioner Rob Manfred said that if they don't have this collective bargaining agreement by a certain time, then he was going to start canceling games. And when he canceled those games, he would say that the players would not get any pay for those games. Like those games, they're not happening. And then, yeah, it's tough. And then that kept happening the entire offseason. They would have like some sort of like communication. They met in Florida for a few weeks to try to come to an agreement. And then only like last week, after they were talking for a while and they had a lot of like false alarms, did they finally come to an agreement last week. And we are having a season starting April 17th. But a lot of the arguments was about stuff like trying to get more money for the younger players into the league, where trying to get an international draft, trying to establish a universal DH, a lot of stuff like that. But that's like a brief overview to the best I can do.
What's a universal DH?
So a DH is a designated hitter. Basically, it's an extra batter that hits for the pitcher. For the longest time, that was only in the American League, but now they're moving it over to both leagues so that everybody has a extra hitter hitting for the pitcher, so that pitchers are no longer hitting. Because when pitchers hit, they're not exactly practicing that throughout the off season. Like mostly they're practicing, pitching. They don't really practice hitting,
No
so
wonder.
they like get get injured quite frequently running the bases or even swinging, and they don't get to pitch for a while, and they lose money. The team loses money. It's bad.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So that at least the season is starting. When was it? Was it
It is.
supposed to start April?
Right.
Or so?
I think it's supposed to start maybe like it usually starts. I think end of March, beginning of April. I think it's like 2 weeks delayed, maybe. But at least it's happening. A lot of people are scared.
And one last baseball question I got for you: Mets or Yankees? Which side are you going for?
None.
Oh, Mets.
Mets.
Oh, never mind.
I
Never mind.
have a whole wall of Mets right here. Big Met fan.
All right. Not very popular, I'd say, but all right. I mean, I don't follow baseball, but
Okay, Oh, guys. man.
Let's go, Andy. Let's go,
Little
Andy.
off topic, guys. But sorry, I got a lot of energy. Moving on from the sports, moving on from the global political issue. Let's talk about another issue that's maybe shouldn't be taken as an issue, guys. Okay, so we're a funny podcast, funny, right? We like to lighten it up. We like to fill it up with a little bit of humor. But sometimes instead of lightening up, you gotta darken things. So, guys, what is your opinion on dark humor?
Oh god.
Lovely segue.
Oh god.
On dark humor.
Dark humor. What's your opinion?
We're not asking you to make any jokes right now, but we're just like,
Okay, how
Yeah,
about,
no
how about we go
jokes.
first? How about we go first so they feel more
Yeah.
comfortable?
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go first. I'll go.
Oh, Ashok
Yeah.
wants
No, I'll
to
go first.
No, go ahead.
So, I think that it's great. Honest, as long as it's not done with the intent to hurt, it's not like in a malicious thing. It's great because I don't know. It's just so funny.
I mean,
think, like,
I definitely,
I don't know what to say.
I definitely agree with the joke. Dark humor is always funny. You have to, of course, have no malicious intent, but you also have to like be careful with who you're telling the jokes to, because some people
true.
do get offended, even if it's not directed towards them. But like,
Oh no.
you gotta know
If
the
you get-
audience.
If you get offended by it and it's not directed towards you, shut up. Like I'm sorry. Like
Are you really
I
sorry?
think
You going
I think the good thing about humor is that like it can make light of like a potentially if it's dark humor, like it can make light of a dark situation, and also at the same time it can just bring awareness to it. So like, it just lightens up the mood for it a little bit. Like you don't have to take everything so serious. Like you can laugh and like also I mean, it does bring awareness to an actual issue. Like I can't make an example because I'm not trying to end myself, but it can be it can
Jason,
be
fine.
a
Bring
really good
the
thing.
issue right here.
I will
Any
bring an
you want.
issue right here.
Yeah, Eddie.
Nah, bro, I can't, bro. I can't.
Okay, Andy, what do you got?
You know what, guys? I'm on the same page as Aryan Ashok, and I think on the same page as Jason. It's okay. It's called humor for a reason. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. Also, I think what's important is context. Context is important in a lot of things.
Oh, true.
Like we said, if you're doing it with the intent to hurt people, then at that point it's not really humorous. It's just kind of, just messed up. But if you're doing it, in the context of like around your friends who can take a joke, who, can accept what a joke is, who can accept what dark humor is, it's not going to hurt anybody. So that's my take on it.
All right, and what is your guys' take? Of course, you guys don't have to agree with this. I know we kind of all said the same thing.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
if you have the other side of the opinion, that's fine. So, but yeah, what do you guys think?
I mean, personally, for me, I think it's great. I mean, I think laughter is an important thing. It's an amazing thing, because I think laughing releases oxytocin. About it.
God
It
damn.
releases a lot of happy chemicals. You guys can fact check it on Google. It releases a lot
So
of
isn't
happy
oxytocin a drug?
maybe.
I know.
Serotonin,
No,
maybe?
wait, no.
Thank you.
That's
Okay.
Oxycontin, I think.
If you're making a joke and like you're trying to like be mean to someone, then like what are you doing? That's not a joke.
Thank you. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you also have to like worry about who you're making the joke to and who's gonna hear it. Because if you're making a joke and you know that someone that's gonna hear it is gonna get offended by it, then just make a joke about something else, or just don't make that joke, because
Exactly. Yeah.
it's not worth it to hurt somebody else's feelings or make somebody else upset. It's just not. You don't have to. You know, everyone has different experiences, is gonna find different things funny.
I agree with you to an
Yep.
extent. I think sometimes if the dark humor is intended to hurt someone, but he's your friend and you both hurt each other. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
yeah,
if
yeah,
you-
that's
you're
what I
right.
do too.
You know what I mean? Like if you you can say something that you know is gonna offend someone, but he's your friend and he knows your humor, and you know his, and then they're gonna make another offensive joke to you, and you know you're gonna get offended, and you're friends and you're like okay with it. Then I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't really know the person and then you directly try to offend someone, like that's just
Yeah, that's pretty messed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. And like to kind of wrap it up, the best dark jokes to make if like you don't want to be too offensive, it would be like dark jokes or like even like stereotypical jokes about like yourself. Like for me, I would just say like
Yes.
Indian stereotypical
That's
jokes. Those are like the easiest ones for me to make because I'm literally offending myself, so it doesn't matter because I know I can take my own joke. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, so we're gonna start
You can do
moving.
it-
What's up, Idan?
You can do it together. You can be like, you make a joke about yourself, like I make a joke, a Jewish joke, and then I also make an Indian joke or something. So like it's a combo.
If you offend everybody, then it cancels out.
Exactly. Yeah.
True. That's how it works.
Guys, yeah, a negative and another negative makes a positive. That's how it works.
Exactly.
That's right there. That's bad.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, but we are going to move into our final set of questions. These are called our quick fire questions. So these are questions that you honestly we call them quick fire. You don't have to answer them quickly. You can go into them if you want. But the first one, I got 2 questions for Brandon actually. So number 1, are you named Brandon? Are you named after a pair of jeans?
A pair of jeans? Oh wait, no. Now I know what you're talking about. Unfortunately, I'm not.
Ah.
Although it's spelled
Oh, no.
differently. It is spelled differently.
It
but
is?
That would be pretty long.
Wait, it is?
Levi's is
Are you
LEVI.
bugging?
Oh,
Dude, Levi's is LEV. Oh my god.
all right, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Also, but Brandon, my second question for you is: are you still a celebrity after winning the rock paper scissors competition at Junior Day? So, how did that make you feel? Like,
Yeah.
are you is there still paparazzis like following you all over the place, or?
Can you step
I mean,
outside?
everywhere I go, honestly, it's pretty annoying. I go to the local
Oh,
supermarket and I'm just surrounded by paparazzi. Like,
Oh man.
I can't go
Oh
anywhere.
man.
We get the
It's
feeling.
always
We get the
so
feeling. We understand the feeling.
I know. Like, you guys would get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would get it.
Even Idan,
Yeah.
he's a war vet now.
I mean, Idan has the most paparazzi of us all.
Yeah, he's a war
I
vet.
can't
I know.
They're all swarming him.
Honestly, very true, very true. Okay, so this is a question for both of you guys. We know at least I don't actually know. I was told that both of you guys enjoy working out a little bit. So do you prefer legs, like a leg day, or like an upper body day? Which one's your preferable day?
Brandon, I think I know yours. Is it leg day for you, Brandon?
See, here's the thing.
I think I know
All
yours.
depends.
Wow, fake friend.
There's a lot of leg exercises I like. Like, I love me some squats. I love me some deadlifts. I love them. I hate reverse lunges with a passion. And there's like Bulgarian split squats. I think the ones where you have the foot on the bench, those
Yeah.
are brutal.
Yeah.
Like, it all depends. Most upper body exercises I like, though. So, I don't know. I'm kind of like both. I had to pick, gun to my head, I would say leg day. Who are you?
I was
Oh,
wrong.
never mind.
Whoa.
Never mind.
All right, any done?
I don't even know.
Oh,
Bruh.
yeah, I was gonna say legs for you. Cause you
I
always seem
was-
so hyped to do legs.
Yeah, because you can't do legs during track, so I just wanted to do as much legs before track as possible.
Yeah, but you're so happy whenever we did legs. You're like, let's go. So I thought you like legs more.
Very- I don't really know. I think I just have like better genetics with my like arms. Not as good genetics with
Yeah,
my
your
arms.
shoulders are pretty good.
Yeah, I think my shoulders and my arms, and then my chest is really bad.
Shoulders are
and
crazy, bro.
my stomach is bad. Like everything, like just the arms are good, and then the legs. I think I'm good calves and then good thighs. That's why. So I don't.
Nah, I think your back is really, 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 really good.
Good. Just get
Okay,
a-
where are we going with this? Where are we going?
I'm
No,
saying,
his dead. You guys should definitely see his deadlift.
I don't know, but like, what do you, Jason? What would you say if someone told you like you have a nice back, buddy? Like, whoa.
I mean, it's a compliment.
bro,
It's
alright.
a valid compliment.
Oh yeah, it's actually alright. If you're not in the weightlifting world yet, so you'll understand soon.
Also, you haven't seen Idan's back, so you don't know.
Very true.
That's
Very
true.
true.
It's mesmerizing.
I think I'm like
It's crazy, bro.
All right.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the next quick question, Orion. I'm taking the mic now.
Okay,
Well,
go ahead.
Oh, this is just stupid questions. This is the stupidest question ever. But it's a would you rather question for both of you. Just answer it quickly. Just don't even explain it. 'Cause
No, you gotta think about it. You
No.
gotta think about it.
No,
I
okay,
have to
whatever.
think or I don't wanna
Would
think
you
about it?
rather? Just don't think about it. It's not worth it. Would you
I have to think
rather?
about it. My brain is off.
Would you
Good.
rather have infinite money and infinite friends, or no money and no friends? You done?
Come on, let's go.
I
Let's go.
mean,
Brains off.
infinite money, infinite friends. Because if I had no
Yeah.
money, I would have serious safety risks for myself. Like,
Yeah.
if I had literally zero money, then I would just be like sitting here with how would I afford a house one day? How would I go to college? How would I get a car? How would I like anything? Like
Thank you.
there would be a lot of safety risks there, and yeah, I think that's the most important reason.
I agree with Brandon, but my question is, who would choose no money, no friends? That's like the real question.
All
Well,
right.
like the thing
Alright.
is, if you have infinite money and infinite friends, then like, I guess there's really not.
Maybe infinite friends is a little too much because like
Yeah.
high summer. You know what I mean?
The infinite money part just like outweighs almost everything. I feel like.
Yes.
I mean, if you have too much money though, then eventually you could like buy something stupid and like pose safety risks there. There is that argument.
If I had infinite money, I would probably like ruin like countries' economies. But like,
Dude, what?
infinite money,
He just buys
everybody-
everything.
Everybody's first class. Yeah, I had like quadrillion dollars worth.
Yeah.
All right.
We have
Well,
one. Well, yeah, we have. No, let me. I taking the mic on. So we
Damn.
gotta
Bro,
ask
take
you
it,
guys
take
a
it,
quick
take it.
question, but it's a little Uno reverse. Yeah, give me the mic, bro. It's a little Uno reverse card. Do
Okay.
you guys have any questions for us that you would like us to answer?
Mhm.
Yes. Who's the better
Alright.
brother, Andy or Jason? Arian and Ashoka need to ask.
Oh,
oh.
Oh,
Ashok, go first. Ashok
I've
goes
seen
first.
this
Ashok
I've
goes
seen
first.
this
No, Ashok.
no,
I need
you gotta say one.
Ashok,
Bro,
we
they're
gotta
like
be good
genuinely
hosts.
interested.
We gotta be good hosts.
Whatever your answer is, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, you gotta answer first, Ashok, though.
Guys, the answer is no. They're both equal. Like that's the only answer you can say.
All right. Yeah.
They won't take that though.
Andy wants to know.
I'll take it.
Andy wants-
I'll plead the fifth.
Face when I said that, his face was like, "Oh no, you didn't." Smile away. Everything was like, "Yo."
She's trying to break us up like we're the Beatles, but like he's trying to take it slow. Take it slow.
Like
Okay.
One Direction over here, bro. Yeah. Why do we both say that? Oh,
Damn.
man.
This is the last episode of the DMT show.
Yeah,
I'll do
guys,
that.
we only got to 25.
Episode 26. We broke up? Question mark? Like.
Oh,
Oh,
shit. The setup. Egon's actually like 5 head.
Okay, what about you, Brandon? Any questions you got for
Anyways.
us?
We're
We didn't even answer.
I've got a question that I think is not gonna break you guys up. My
Okay,
question
thank you.
is, what is each of your favorite parts about having a podcast?
like
Oh, that's
just
actually a
hang
really
out.
the money.
Also
the
me-
money. Jeez, imagine.
the bread, dude. Crazy.
Alright,
Bro, I was
No,
like, we get to.
no, I'm going.
let
no,
Ashok
no, no,
go
no,
first,
no.
Jason. You stole the
Bro,
mic.
I'm
You
going.
stole the mic. Let
Yeah,
Ashok go.
I need the
I don't
mic.
want anyone taking my answer. I don't want anyone
That's
taking
what
my
I was
answer.
gonna
I love
go
talking
first.
to teachers the most. Talking to teachers the most. That's my
That was
answer.
nice. But he's just saying he doesn't like talking to you guys. You're not teachers.
Yeah,
That's basically it.
yeah. Jason
So
hates
basically-
everyone else,
My answer is I just like so it's one, we just get to hang out and who doesn't like hang out with their friends. Also, I get to meet people and talk to people like I would never talk to. This is why I wanted to go first. So you guys can't say that. But anyways, yeah, I like doing that because I don't think I've really spoken to Brandon that much. And I just met Idan this year. And yeah, just talking is nice and fun. And you learn things that you never knew. Like Idan getting bombed. But anyways,
Jeez,
Andy, you go.
Well, okay, listen, right? So I was gonna say the same thing. but Show kind of stole my answer, so now I gotta kind of think of a new one. So, Orin, you can go first.
Nope, I'm thinking 2 right now.
Oh my gosh!
This is why you go first.
I'll fill in the space. Yeah, my favorite one to reiterate is just talking to teachers because like it's cool as like high school students just to get a different like perspective as like from the people that are teaching us, and just like it's just cool just also having adults because they've lived longer, they know more stuff and stuff like that. Getting a new lens on the world in some cases, it's just cool. And just talking to them as if they're just normal people instead of like someone you have to always respect constantly. It's kind of just it's a good feeling. Exactly, yeah, and like an authority. Okay, I thought of my answer. So my answer, and it's gonna sound weird at first, but I'll elaborate. So my answer about what I like about the podcast is the exposure, right? And I'm not saying the clout. All I want is the clout. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when you do something like this, something small, people, they're eventually gonna hear about it. And when they do, they tend, not everyone, but people usually tend to support it. If they're like in your high school, they'll be curious about it, they'll support it. Some people will even want to be on the show to show the support. And just having that, like little kind of just support network of just knowing people, watch it, people want to be on it, whatever it may be. It's just cool to build a little community. And like Ashok said, we get to connect with people that we might have not had the opportunity to connect with before. So, it's mine. Aaron, you think of anything yet?
Yeah, so I definitely have like a little bit of like what everyone else was saying. Like I love talking to everyone that comes on, but like one of the things I also like is that like it honestly just it fills up a lot of like that free time that I had in my schedule with something that I also enjoy and like not like homework or like studying for like a big test or like the SATs, because like there's no end goal in this, or like there's no like serious goal where like, oh, if I don't do this I can't put it on my resume and then I can't get it to use it for college. No, I'm just doing this for fun. So, like, it's kind of like it's I guess at the end of the day it's just like one of my hobbies. So yeah, it's just something fun. All right.
Resume.
All right.
We'll wrap it up now, and we like to of course have all of our guests wrap it up. So you guys get to say the final message. You guys can say whatever you guys want. If you want to, like, I don't know, plug anything that you guys have, any socials. You don't have to, though. I don't really care. But you guys can do whatever you guys want. Say whatever you guys want.
I'll let Idan go first. What I want.
I'll let Brandon go first. So, Brandon.
No,
Oh, wow.
After you. I'm done.
Oh, really, Brandon? I insist.
Yeah, I insist. You can.
All right.
No, go
You
ahead.
guys don't edit me to saying, like, take parts of what I said and then just...
Oh, I know what you mean.
I hope you do. I hope you take everything controversial and then just like only use that.
Like, I got bombed in Ukraine while playing MLB baseball.
And then leave it with no other context.
That'll be the full episode.
Yeah.
I did say the word
That's
Indian.
a 5-second episode. You don't get to.
All I'm just gonna say is thank you guys so much for having me on. I had a lot of fun, and I'm really happy to be here.
So did we.
That's my fun words.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure, Brandon. Our pleasure. And with that, we'll actually see you next week for episode 26 of the DMT show. See everyone later. Stay tuned.
Bye.